Hello student, today we will study in this video about the major oceans and their circulation, and after this we will study about the movement of the ocean, waves, tides and ocean currents. First, we will study about the oceans. There are five major oceans in our world, on our Earth. Pacific first is the first largest ocean is Pacific Ocean. Second largest is Atlantic Ocean. Third largest is Indian Ocean, and fourth largest ocean is Arctic Ocean, and fifth is Southern Ocean, which was also earlier called Antarctic Ocean. First, about the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is one of the largest ocean in the world, and it is largest ocean in the world, and it is expanded about one third of the Earth's surface. Means it covers about one third surface of the Earth, and it is the deepest point which is found on our Earth that we will found here, where in Pacific Ocean, and this point is known as the Mariana Trench. The deepest point on our Earth is Mariana Trench, which is located in the Pacific Ocean, and the depth of this Mariana Trench is 11,022 meter. Okay, from the surface of the water. The ocean is roughly in triangular shape. When you will see this ocean, the shape of this ocean is triangular in shape. It goes from the Southeast Asia, means from the South China Sea to in the western part till the South America, which is given in your book. The picture of major seas and ocean are given in this picture. In world map, you all will learn about it. Second ocean is Atlantic Ocean, and it is the second largest ocean in the world, and it is an S-shaped ocean, and it provides busiest ocean route for the trade and transport. It is one of the busiest route in the world for the trade purposes. And the Indian Ocean, it is the third largest ocean in the world, and it is the only it is the only ocean which is associated with the name of any country. Okay, this is the only ocean which got the name by which is related by the name of any country. It facilitates the trade and travel between the Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere. This is your Eastern Hemisphere and this is your Western Hemisphere. Okay, the 0 degree longitude, this is your 0 degree longitude which divides the Earth into two equal halves, that is the Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere, and it facilitates for the traders to do their trade in the Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere. It is also means Indian Ocean is also one of the busiest sea route for the trade. Now the fourth largest ocean is Arctic Ocean, and it surrounds the North Pole, and it remains for the most part of the year frozen. You will see that most part of this area is totally covered by ice and snow throughout the year because it is very near to the North Pole. Now the Southern Ocean. Southern Ocean, it joins the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean and Indian Ocean. If you will see the picture, which is the map which is given here, you will find that from here, this is the Pacific Ocean, here Atlantic Ocean, and from here Indian Ocean. All these three oceans join the Southern Ocean. In earlier, it was also known by the Antarctic Ocean, because it is very near to the Antarctica. Okay, that is about the Southern Ocean. Okay, Southern Ocean, most part of the Southern Ocean is also frozen because it is very near to the Antarctica. Okay, it is not very vast body of the water, but vast part of this ocean is covered by the ice sheets. Now the factors that determine the movement of the ocean water. Okay, there you all know that the ocean water is not static, it is not stable, it keep on moving from one place to other place. This movement is very essential for the life. There are the two factors which affect the movement of the ocean water. They are the temperature and salinity. Okay, you all know that the water on the surface of the ocean get heated by the sun, and because of when the temperature of this water get rises, and because of it the low pressure area is occur in this area, and because of that the cold wind when takes the place of hot wind or warm wind, because of it the ocean current or the waves are made. Now the salinity. What is salinity? Okay, the amount of salt present in one per gram means about it refer what is the salinity? It refers the amount of salt in gram present in 1000 gram of water. Okay, and the ocean water is saline in nature. It contains large amount of dissolved mineral. Why the water of sea is saline? Because it contains different kind of minerals like sodium, potassium and magnesium. You all know the water of the ocean get evaporated every day, but the salt which is present in the ocean, it remains as it is in the ocean. Because of that the salinity of ocean get increased day by day or year to year. The amount of salinity in ocean is highly variable from place to place. It is not possible that the salinity of ocean is equal in every ocean. Okay, the salinity of water is high in the areas of the high evaporation. The area which are located near the equator, where temperature is very high, in this area you will see the process of evaporation is very high, so you will find salinity in water that will be also very high. In landlocked areas like the Dead Sea, which is found in near the Palestine and Israel, you will find Dead Sea here, which have a high salinity. Okay, high amount of salinity in this Dead Sea. Because of that, nobody can sink in this sea. इस समुद्र में कोई चीज़ डूबेगी नहीं. अगर आपको तैरना भी नहीं आता है तो भी आप इस समुद्र में आराम से तैर सकते हैं, बिकॉज ये इसमें आप अपने आप यहाँ इस समुद्र का जो पानी है वो आपको ऊपर की तरफ फेंक देगा. Okay, so that is why this landlocked sea like the Dead Sea is very high in salinity. Now the movements of the ocean water. Ocean water moves constantly from one place to other place because of temperature and salinity. There are three types of movement of the ocean, that is waves, tides and ocean current. What are the waves? Waves, when the water on the surface of the ocean rise and fall alternately, that is called the wave. And these wave depend on the winds. The wind that blows slow or high, because of these winds, the waves are formed. The size of the size of waves are determined by how far and how fast how long the winds are blowing. Okay, what is the speed of wind and from where they are coming and from how far they are coming, that depends. That is the that will show that what is the height of the wind, and the height of the wind height of the wave, and height of the wave that depends on the speed of the wind. The highest point that ripple in the water that reaches on the wave, that is called the crest. Means when we are if you will see if you will see this picture, this is a picture of wave. The higher point of the wave is called crest and the lower part of the wave is called the trough. Okay, this is the crest, which is the higher point of the wave, and this is the lower part of the wave. This is called trough and higher point is called crest. And the difference between both of these वेव की ये जो दोनों ही हाई और लो पॉइंट्स हैं, इनके बीच की जो लंबाई होती है उसको हम वेव लेंथ कहते हैं, एंड दिस इज़ कॉल्ड द हाइट ऑफ द वेव लेंथ. ओके, and wave you will find this wave, or you will see these waves near the coastal area, and this wave should be high, low, medium or higher in size. When there is a big destructive wave in our ocean or sea, they used to cause big losses of life and property in coastal area. For example, tsunami and cyclones, they form very big oceanic wave, and because of their, you will see lot of loss of property and life in coastal area. For today's lecture, this was about the all topics. Now in next lecture we will study about the next topic which is given in your book. Thank you.